Good morning, or good middle of the night, everyone. It's about 1:11 a.m. Got back from South Carolina, alright. Had to go up to Charleston and went to Golden Corral and had a buffet. Feeling on Veterans Day. Today I want to show you how a blank tape works. Now, this here is a normal tape deck. And what you do is you swap them out. This is still one that has recordings on it already. But a blank one has nothing on it. Now, the way you know it's blank is when you turn it on and press play, let it go for a minute or two. You get no sound, right? So, anyway, oops, sorry about that. Now this here is the standard boom box. They come in various sizes. And you can play tape, CD, or radio, right, to produce the sound. And what I have in my boombox now is called a blank tape, right? Now the purpose of a blank tape is so you can do either what's called a mix tape, which is where you take different songs from the radio, or a CD or a cassette, and you can dub them and put them on the cassette. Now, you're not supposed to sell them or anything, right? Because they're copyrighted, right? Well, what that means is you can't put them on a CD, record, 8-track, cassette. Though it's also called an 8-track cassette, right? But it's a different type of cassette. Now, an 8-track cassette is a thick cassette with a tape running through it, more sort of like a box, right? But a cassette looks like this. You can fast forward or rewind it to the song you want and then play it, right? Now an 8-track only goes forwards, not backwards, until you get to the end of the song, of the whole thing, and then you can rewind it. It's a little bit different, right? And you have to play the whole tape for some reason before you can rewind it, right? And then it sort of, I think, at the end the tape rewinds automatically, right? But until it's at the end, you can't rewind it for some reason. I think. Now, there used to be 8-track radios with an 8-track player in it, and then there's cassette radios, and then there's CDs and things like that. Now you can get a CD converter for a regular cassette, and not an 8-track, I don't think, but a regular one, right? And the point is, though, when you play a blank tape, you get no sound on the tape, right? Now this is to prove to you this is a blank tape, so that when I record on it, which I'm about to do, too, you'll hear the music I record on it, right? Now, to do that, I hit stop here, and rewind here, and it'll take me back to the beginning. This here is forward, this here is reverse, or rewind, right? Or you want to look at it, and this here is how you fast forward it. Now, when you want to record, you hit this button here. Oops, sorry, that's the pause. These two buttons here. This here is your play, and this is the record. Now, since I demonstrated its feature, this here is the microphone you record into, right? So if you want to sing, my cherry amor, lovely as a summer day. So you do that, hit rewind, goes back to the beginning, and then hit play. Since I demonstrated it's now you hear the conversation I just featured. This here is the microphone you're recording to. So if you want to sing, my cherry amor, lovely as a summer day. Now that's called playback of a recording, right? You just made, right? Now that's to make sure you're not tone deaf yourself and are hearing what you just did, right? Now what I did was a mild impersonation with a touch of my own voice of Stevie Wonder, right? And if you listen carefully, I sung the correct notes for the song, right? A little bit similar to Stevie, but also in my own voice. That's called blending two voices into one. Now, if I want to do a true impersonation of Stevie Wonder, I'd go, my cherry amor, lovely as a summer day. Now that's just for the video I'm just doing now. I didn't record it, right? But if I were to record it and put it down on the tape and hear the same thing I just did, that would be proof of the impersonation, right? And you can't beat the tape deck as proof because this is just a normal tape deck. There's no soundboard, there's no other equipment involved, there's no control room, just you and the tape deck, right? So let's see if I can do the impersonation and really hearing the impersonation. So, my cherry amor, lovely as a summer day. Maybe a touch of Sammy Davis. Since I demonstrated it's so I rewinded it back to the beginning. You'll hear some of what I did earlier. This here is the microphone you're recording to. So if you want to take a sunrise, cherry amor, lovely as a summer day. So, my cherry amor, lovely as a summer day. Maybe a touch of Sammy Davis. Now, there were two Um, what I did there is sound like two different singers, which is Sammy Davis Jr., who was the guy who was on All in the Family and different shows like that, and the Gong Show and different shows like that growing up. It was sort of a comedian, and he was in the movie Cannonball with Burt Reynolds and Dom DeLuise and different things like that. And D. Martin, different people like that, right? And let's see, he was a singer who sung the song The Candyman. Who can take the sunrise, sprinkle it with dew, cover it with chocolate, do a miracle or two. The Candyman can, the Candyman can, the Candyman can, 'cause he mixes it with love to make the world taste good. I did it slightly different, right? But I still heard what I did, right? Now, it's also been a while since I've heard the whole song, so might be a little tit off on the voice, but it's similar to that, right? So I can also probably, if I hear it again, do a spot on impersonation if I wanted to, right? Now, if you can do a lot of voices, you can change those voices if you can impersonate, right? Some people can just hear their own voice and just do their own voice, or if the soundboard is helping them to sing better, which is fine by me. I don't judge. But if you can do it in live or in the studio that way, hypothetically, I don't know, I've never been either or, I don't know.